Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It is an honor for me to be a presenter at the first International Conference of Multidisciplinary Studies. I'm Malita Krisnawati as the first author on the postgraduate program, Faculty of Economic and Business, di Kubang University. The title of my journal is The Performance of Employees, Role of Quality of Work-Life and Employee Engagement with the Mediation of Organizational Commitment, study at the Tax Office Service KPP Pratama Semarang Barat. And the following is the result of my research. Introduction. Research study on the effect quality of work life and employee engagement will as supported or mediated organizational commitment will be conducted on employee of Tax Service Office KPP Pratama Semarang Barat. At this time, Tax Service Office KPP Pratama Semarang employees are experiencing a problem, namely the lack of maximum employee performance. This can be seen from the organizational phenomenon regarding the target and realization of tax revenue where the revenue is not accordance with the target set. West Semarang Tax Office has the main task of collecting state revenue in the form of taxes in accordance with the revenue target set each year. This has become a driving factor for Tax Service Office KPP Pratama Semarang Barat to formulate various alternative policy to improve organizational performance and the quality of public service with several alternatives including increased quality of work life, employee engagement, and higher organizational commitment in the Tax Service Office KPP Pratama Semarang Barat environment. Based on the above phenomenon and the different previous studies, this study tries to confirm and re-examine research of the effect of quality of work life and employee engagement performance by mediation of organizational commitment. Literature review. QEL, according to user, the quality of work life is the overall quality of the human experience at work. Employee engagement, according to Albrecht, he described employee engagement as a being fully physically, cognitively, and emotionally connected with their work roles. Organizational commitment, according to Robbins, is a status in which an employee identifies with a particular organization and expects to maintain the membership in that organization. Employee performance. Performance, according to Mangkunegara, is the result of work in the quality and quantity achieved by an employee in carrying out his duties in accordance with the responsibility given to him. Hypothesis development. 1. Quality of work life has a positive effect on organizational commitment of KPP Pratama Semarang Barat employee. 2. Employee engagement has a positive effect on organizational commitment of KPP Pratama Semarang Barat. Hypothesis 3, quality of work life has a positive effect on the performance of KPP Pratama Semarang Barat employees. Hypothesis 4, employee engagement has a positive effect on the performance of KPP Pratama Semarang Barat employees. Hypothesis 5, organizational commitment has a positive effect on the performance of KPP Pratama Semarang Barat employees. 6, organizational commitment mediates the effect of quality of work life on the performance of KPP Pratama Semarang employees. 7, organizational commitment mediates the effect of employee engagement on the performance of KPP Pratama Semarang employees. Research method, population and sample. The population in this study were employees of the Tax Service Office KPP Pratama Semarang Barat amounting to 160 employees. The sample is part of representative of the population to be studied. The sample in this study were employees in the tax service of KPP Pratama Semarang Barat. Sampling with the census sampling technique is to determine the sample by taking all the excessive population, namely 160 employees. This method by testing, first reliability test. Based on the reliability test can be seen that the variable of quality work of life, employee engagement, organizational commitment, and employee performance are said to be reliable. This can be proven from the overall value of Kornberg alpha is more than 0.7. This means that the questionnaire used by this research is really believed to be data collection tools. 2. Multiple linear regression analysis. 3 is double test. And result and discussion. The male gender in the research object is the most dominant among 62 people or 53.4% when compared to female gender with only 50 people. The highest frequency by age group was found in the age group between 31 and 40 years old. That is as many as 42 people or 36.2%, while the age group above 50 years old is the small frequency that is as many as 60 people only. The highest frequency of respondents based on education is at the level of bachelor that is many as 58 people. Result, hypothesis 1 is the quality of work life has a positive effect on organizational commitment. Based on the result of the t-test in the table, it can be proven that quality work of life has significant effect on organizational commitment with the significant value is 0.0 and beta coefficient is 0.499, meaning that the better quality of work life of KPP Pratama Semarang Barat employees, the better organizational commitment, so that hypothesis 1 is accepted. Hypothesis 2 reads that employee engagement has a positive effect on organizational commitment. Based on the table, it is known that employee engagement has a positive significant influence on organizational commitment with a significant of 0.0 and beta coefficient is 0.4190, meaning that the better the employee engagement of KPP Pratama Semarang Barat employees, the better organizational commitment, so that hypothesis 2 is accepted. In the table, the result of the model regression analysis show that the quality of work life has a significant effect on employee performance, with a significant value is 0.002 and a beta coefficient in 0.274. It can be concluded that quality of work life has effect on employee performance. Thus, hypothesis 3 is accepted. Hypothesis 4 is that the employee engagement has a positive effect on employee performance. It is known that employee engagement has a positive significant effect on employee performance with a significance of 0.003 and beta coefficient is 0.249. So hypothesis 4 is accepted. Hypothesis 5 reads organizational commitment has a positive effect on employee performance. Based on a table, it is known that organizational commitment has a positive and significant effect on employee performance with a significant of 0.0 and beta coefficient is 0.360, so hypothesis 5 is accepted. Based on the result of the Sobel test, it can be seen that the calculated z-value is 4.0027 with significant level is 0.001. So that organizational commitment mediation affect the quality of work life on employee performance. So organizational commitment is mediate the effect of quality of work life on employee performance. Hypothesis 6 is accepted. The result of the Sobel test in the table show that the calculated z-value is 3.5099 with a significant level of 0.005. Thus, it can be concluded that the variable organizational commitment is statistically proven that mediated the effect of employee engagement on employee performance. So, hypothesis 7 is accepted. These results cannot be separate for several limitations that result in the incomplete research. In filling out some, the questionnaires were not supervised directly, so there may be answers that are not in accordance with the reality in the field. The concept used and measured in this study use a self-assessment rating so that respondent subjectivity may still be attached, but this does not reduce the validity of the data obtained in the study. The sample in this study was limited to employee of KPP Pratama Semarang Barat, so the generalization of the result was only devoted to employees of KPP Pratama Semarang Barat. I think that's the last of my slides presentation. Thank you very much for your great attention. Thank you for your listening. May all this we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Thank you so much for your attention.